right, ladies and gentlemen of the old world, I hope you're all doing well, and welcome to our next campaign here on the channel. We're going to be doing a legendary BORGIO the Besieger campaign featuring Warhammer Italy, and it's going to be quite a bit of fun. We're going to be doing the Predator handshake with the dwarves. Belegar and BORGIO going to be homies. It's going to be great. So let's go ahead and break down the faction, talk about the legendary lord, and talk about our goals from the campaign as well. So firstly, faction effects. All units that are rank 7 or above across the entire faction, which is very, very nice, are going to be getting strong vigor, armor, as well as damage. So obviously our secondary armies that are out in the world, as they get more elite, it's going to get a little bit stronger, which is nice. If I have a stack full of like tier 1 units, but they manage to get rank 7 over a long war, they're going to become pretty decent little fighters, which isn't bad. The second trait here is attrition when under siege. This one honestly isn't very inspiring. We're going to be the Walter White of this playthrough. We're going to be the one who knocks. Nobody's going to be knocking on our door. Maybe a little bit, but for the most part, just a bit of a fun flavor thing for BORGIO. Now, this is what excites me the most, and you guys know I'm addicted to artillery. It's one of my favorite things, and it's been a long time since we've done an artillery campaign, but global and local recruitment duration is -1 for arty units. So we can recruit artillery super quick and even do it in a global capacity. So I'm kind of thinking what I've noticed is a lot of times in my recent campaigns, the High Elf Donut has been getting wrecked. So once we secure the Southern Realms, drive out the Skaven, become friends with Bretonnia and the Dwarves, we can then maybe go to the Donut and claim that and bring the glorious artillery over there. We'll have to see. Leadership when laying siege and encircling, it's kind of cute, not terribly relevant, but still neat. Now, the Lord effects, you get extra siege tower action, 1 per siege item constructed. It's all right. Again, more flavor. You can recruit a second company of Braganza's Besiegers, which I believe is this unit. They're really cool. They're like semi-elite Pavis crossbowmen. They have 95 armor with silver shields and 165 range. Again, they don't have a good armor piercing, but we'll have campaign stats that make them stronger, and they look super cool as well. So the Pavis crossbowmen backed up by the like elite halberds, the Republican Guard. That's probably the direction we're going to be going. Now, this is really good, difficult to slay. You can send BORGIO into very precarious positions, and he can survive. When he gets low, he heals, and man, oh man, that heal does pack a bit of a punch at a 5% there, so not bad at all. We do have wall fighters, so we're a little bit stronger fighting on walls or under walls, so we might be fighting more siege battles, but I think they'll be more interesting in this playthrough simply because we're going to have a ton of artillery, so we can just like blast them out of the cities. It's going to be good flavor. As far as the map goes, of course, you guys know where we start. We have Tilea here. So Skaven Blight is right next to us. And, usually Ikit Claw is going to be conquering these realms. So probably our game plan will be to take down Sartosa first. And then once Ikit makes some progress, we can move over there and karate chop some of those filthy rats. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Let's get this party started. And so begins the saga of BORGIO the Besieger. All right, guys, let's get this party started and see what's cooking here in the Southern Realm. So firstly, we do start with a full province, which is nice. So we have Levy Conscripts. So this one actually unlocks hero recruitment for mercenary captains. We do also have Stimulate Trade, which is faction-wide trade. Income from buildings, control, and chance of intercepting the filthy rats and beastmen and other creatures in the tunnels, and also gets rid of corruption. And then we have the Hold Fairs, which is growth. Probably for now, we're just going to be going for the growth to try and get cooking. And let's look at all the faction mechanics and whatnot, right? So we do have a plutocracy. This one allows us, if we have certain buildings built, so you can see here, we need 3 of these buildings. So it could be a pig barter, swamp wharf. And you can see, we need buildings in certain areas. So we need the Great Embassy in Shangyang to get this character is one of them as well. Chilean Temple, Mercantile Harbor. So we can recruit unique characters, including the dreaded Pigolo. Dude, Pigolo and BORGIO the Besieger are going to be the most unstoppable duo in the old world. Yeah, we have the Lord High Eagle of Memridia. Lorenzo Lupo is another character. And what does he require? Requires the Fortified Acropolis in Lucini. Okay. That is a unique building in that region. Looks like a Master Duelist contract. What do we need for him? Looks like a city, most major settlement. Okay, so we just need to get level 4 in a settlement. And then we can also hire a mage out of the gates, which we're going to do right now because BORGIO, he wants a Harry Potter. Now, for the rest of it, we can get companies of renown with resources, which I believe are RORs, so you can only get them once. But yeah, look at this, man. So many cool ones. The Knights of Origo, the Prince's Own, which are like really, really cool elite, kind of great weapon units. And yeah, it looks like a good time. So as we get resources, we're going to get more unique units. We do have strategy as well, which is cool. So check this out. We can enact this. Diplomatic relations with Marienburg gets tanked, but the Empire likes us more, and it gives us reduced upkeep for artillery. And it looks like it's going to be lasting for 10 turns and does have a 20-turn cooldown as well. So honor thy neighbors. We become friends with the dwarves, but the high elves don't like us, etc., etc. So look at this. This is really cool, man. What an awesome campaign out of the gates here. So there's a bunch of different strategies we can do. Character experience per turn is gained. It lasts for 20 turns, and it costs 5,000, but that's actually really money. Yeah, a lot of experience for our characters. Control and research, that one's obviously huge, but requires quite a bit of resources as well. We do have the Curios weaponry, so we can buy various mounts, it looks like. A general's griffin, so we can buy an imperial griffin and give it to some of our, can be manually assigned to a mercenary general regardless of rank. Oh shit. So even with a rank 1, we give him a big war beast. And yeah, it goes down from green items all the way down to fancier items. Troll hide, I would imagine that gives healing. That's huge. Oh dude, Borgio wants this item so bad. We'll get that later, because yeah, I need to, dude, this is money, man. So we got like all sorts of items we can buy here, man. It's really, really fun, kind of the mercantile element of this faction. We got Curios, which are going to be, it looks like minions, which give us diplomatic relations with Southern Realms. Duke Alberic's look-alike with Bordello, oh man. Polymath Ugaletti, so he gives physical resist for our tanks. Okay, so that is a character we can assign to one of our armies. Not an actual character, but of course, like a utility piece. Range for crossbows, that's not bad. So we'll definitely get that eventually, and we can get some cool trinkets. And man, there's a lot to look through, man. And we will explore these as the campaign goes on. When we find time and we're rich, upkeep for Lord Army, that's great. You know, minus 10%. And then we have some van braces here. What do they give? Control for local province. That one's actually not that good, the Renegade Crown. But regardless, we have that. And we have our own unique tech tree as well. So this is going to be Tilean Renown. Man, there's a lot to choose from. Okay. So let's just go through the basics. This one's going to be buffing our units' armor and strength. So that's just like your units get a little bit better overall. Classical military studies gives us campaign movement range and research, which is probably where I want to start. Just get that research early so it kicks in and benefits you. That's for the cav units, and this is for lords and heroes, so self-made leaders. We have Dwarven allies, which is going to buff our relations to the dwarves, which is cute, but we don't care too much about that. I think they're going to like us regardless. This one gives us growth and tradable resources. We have the Lucretian diplomacy, which is going to give us diplomacy with all factions. Kind of cool. So you can really play hard diplomacy with these guys too, with some of the strategies. Like if I wanted to immediately be friends with dwarves, boom, I recruit Dwarven allies, or I get Dwarven allies, and then I go do the strategy that makes the dwarves like me and the high elves dislike me. Like lots of cool opportunities there, but we're going to go for classical military studies for now. Should be fine. And we do start with a Priest of Meridia. So she appears to be like kind of a generalist combat character that does have what appears to be Spear of Meridia. Okay, some abilities we get. We'll take a look at these once we get a little bit higher. Yeah, so immune to psychology to nearby units. Let's see if I can get this one to show me. We'll gander at that later. And you can also dedicate her, strangely enough, to a different deity, it looks like, and they all do different things. So when we get those, we will evaluate the options, and we will do that. Big Chad Borgio, what does he do? So we're going to look at his skills. Wow, big tech tree here. So he has the Beloved General, so control, and looks like Beloved General gives a buff to all nearby homies. Yes, yes. Okay, reload time for artillery, ambush success chance, and melee attack for the entire army. He gets a unique ability here, which we'll look at later. The best money can buy. So the army's more expensive, but you have more armor. And the Shielded Menace. So the Pavis Crossbowmen. Yeah, we want to focus on the Pavis Crossbowmen. That's going to be the plan. Mercenaries of Tilea is going to be buffing our mercenary units, it looks like. And then we can dedicate him to a different deity as well. So Vernald, Verena, you guys get the idea. Aside from that, we do have a standard red line, and we do also have an economic line. So casualty replenishment, cost for buildings, let's see, investor. So this is like more economic, which is probably not what we're going to be doing. Yeah, I mean, eventually we'll probably get a little bit of everything. So very different. He starts with a lightning strike here. Okay, recruitment, research rate. I mean, you could rush Arch Promoter and just get like a ton of research early on. Is that what we want to do? So we get Lightning Strike, we rush this, income from cities in the local province, but research rate plus 12, plus the other one here. That's interesting. Okay, we got a little cooking here. Research rate is currently 100, so we would get it like a 30% increase in our research, which would cut a substantial amount of time off getting this tech. I think we do that. And of course, in the red tree, what does Homeboy have? Yeah, he's going to be able to buff up different unit types. So you can see that's Pike and Halberds, Hammer and Anvil, battle trajectories is going to be for our missile units, which is obviously what we'll probably prioritize. This is a really, really fun, man. It's almost like decision paralysis a little bit. There's so much to decide. Anyways, guys, hopefully you don't mind the long introduction, kind of breaking things down. And, okay, so we have this building here. Oh, we can switch between the two building archetypes, it looks like. Can we just switch over to this? We can. So militia posts. We do have the Master Duelist here. This is going to be the Mercenary Captain. And we're going to go to Plutocracy, and we are going to get a Harry Potter. Pay the money out of the gates. I think it's worth it just to get that character going. And does it spawn all the way up in the capital city? I sure hope not.
How should we proceed?
It looks like it maybe did. Or now I can just recruit it. Okay, that's right. So it adds it to the recruitment pool, and then we can grab it. And let's see. Oh, look at that. They have the Italian names as well. That's fun. Okay, I mean, discipline is really good. Aggressive, confident, knowledgeable isn't what it used to be. Knowledgeable was very OP back in the day. Character experience, 75. Do we want to get a life caster since Borgio doesn't have healing? I mean, I think Borgio is going to be a pretty big Chad. So probably just getting a life caster out of the gates is nice. Now, do we have any good traits? Knowledgeable is not bad because he levels up really quickly. So we'll get a knowledgeable character. We're going to get him, scouting, and boom. And he will be able to join the army eventually for the siege. All right, so we are going to fight our first battle here, guys. And you have to fight the first battle. Imagine how lame it would be to auto-resolve this. So we'll see you on the battlefield. A little bit scary with the deck hunters. This actually doesn't look like an easy fight, but Borgio will probably carry. Here we are. So what we're going to be doing before we deploy is we're going to look at all the units. So we have the Militia Spearmen, which are, pretty standard, just like Bretonnian Spearmen, kind of Empire hybrids. More Militia Spearmen. We have the Vesperos Duelists. So these guys, oh, dude, look at the aesthetic. I love it. So they have strong vigor. This unit's vigor is less affected by fatiguing actions such as combat, and they have some missile resist as well. We got pikemen up here. Now, pikemen have the push of pike, so when they're winning in combat, they get a melee attack buff. It's very, very fun stuff. Mortar in the back, and we do have the Pavis crossbowmen, so these guys look rad as well. Kind of like Dark Shards, but good guys. And yeah, longer range. Dark Shards, of course, have less range, but these guys don't have the AP. And then we have one of the cooler units, the Braganza's Besiegers. Dude, look how sweet these guys are. And they do also have strong vigor as well. Because I think all your RORs, since they're high rank, will have the trait of the strong vigor. Oh, Borgio, big Chad. So he is here. He is just an armor-piercing beatstick. And then we have the Meridia Priestess, who's got Spotter, and it looks like she's just kind of a generalist anti-large spear character. Okay, so probably against this coast army, we can get a mortar. Man, yeah, just like behind this tree is going to be fine. I think what we're going to do is we're going to move up through the trees. We'll get our pike formation here. We're going to get our crossbows back there also. And I want to minimize the damage. We're going to try and play it careful. No Vanguard deploy on the Duelist or anything, but the deck gunners are in a very precarious position here. So the mortars, we might need to retreat back if they full rush us, but we'll play it by ear. All right, so let's move up through the trees, move you through the trees. Totally forgot about you. Let's get you in the trees as well. And the mortar can start shooting at, I guess, just like the deck gunners or something. Yeah, we'll start buttering their bread. Artillery is just my favorite thing in strategy games in general. It's so freaking fun. So yeah. Mortars aren't like super good against those type of units, but they will try. All right, so they're going to advance up, and what we can do is we can like get in the trees here and prepare for like an ambush. The dreaded Tilean ambush. We'll get you around the high point here. That's going to be some deck gunners there. The mortar is hitting home. Eventually, the coast will advance on me, and then I can pop out of the trees and ambush them, because the mortar will bait them out. Borgio going to be waddling through the trees here. So our army comp for this campaign is going to be Pavis crossbowmen, Republican Guard, like the elite halberd, like pike units, and artillery. Just classic pike and shot, man. A little bit of powder mixed into is going to be fine. It's going to be super fun. So Aranessa will lose to Borgio pretty bad in combat. Yeah, much better stats than Borgio. Oh, no, Aranessa 60, 60, 430, but his armor, does he have more HP as well? Pretty similar. I'm pretty sure he'll still win that fight. We'll see. The beloved general is here. All right, so you guys are up. The duelists are going to be arriving, and we will advance out in a moment. We don't want to give them too much ground here. I'm trying to play a little bit more cautiously. And now that they're awkwardly positioned, we can move out. We're going to put you guys in group 6, and you guys are going to zero in on them. And go forth, my Italian duelists. Charge out of the woods. All right, so let's get you two. We're going to group you up, and you're going to go after Aranessa. All right, let's get you guys some cinematic shots. Yeah, look at the duelists charging out of the trees. Yeah, unfortunately eating some deck gunner shots, but they will close the distance pretty quickly, and those deck gunners are going to have a really bad time. All right, Aranessa might Spearfishers net us. We're going to have to see. Let's form ranks, and we're going to get on the Sartosa militia. You guys are going to go fight the bombers right there, which is a little bit sloppy, but it is what it is. And the Pavises are getting the work done. All right, the duelists made it into combat. Aranessa should fall here. In the mortar, we can switch on to the Sartosa militia. And we do get onto the bomber mobs. They had a bit of a poor target, so Yeah, shooting out of the woods isn't always the most cost effective, but if you're like right on the edge of the woods, it's not too bad. And yeah, BORGIO the Besieger, he's getting in with his big hammer, and he does connect. I remember playing playing a little bit of the campaign in Warhammer 2 with the BORGIO Southern Realms, but obviously it's been massively updated since then. So that is a whole different story. All right, so we're going to move the Pavises out of the woods so they have a little bit more effective shooting. We're going to move you out of the woods. And the dreaded Italian duelists have gotten the job done. I love it. So they're going to head this way. Mortar shot can keep going here. These are scurvy dogs, so they're going to get folded. Let's set up the Besiegers. I can't wait to get a second one of those too. Dude, it's so cool. Like a Pavise line with like pikemen in the front, dude. Yeah, my my flavor is certainly being enjoyed here. All right, so those guys are going to get it done. We're going to crumble this army. Those Sartosa boys charging and getting a little bit of volley fire on my artillery, but should be able to break them. Let's go get you guys right there to chase these guys down. Should be a non-factor now. The one thing we do kind of lack is artillery. Not artillery, AP. They both start with an A. It kind of got me a little bit confused right there. But the Italian duelists getting the job done. Let's go get behind them here. Aranessa keeps losing that fight. And the mortar can shoot into the blob with the Sartosa Free Company. Let's get around the back. Yeah, Promethean's unfortunately tricky. Let's get our pre-system Mimridia. Take her over with the anti-large bonus. And we can have the honorable Lord duel between BORGIO and the dreaded Aranessa here. We got to drive the pirates out of the Southern Realms, guys. That's going to be the plan. The pikes, kind of fighting a hard fight. They're fighting a lot of units, but I think we should be okay. The Pavise guns shooting well, or not guns, but crossbows. A couple mortar shots, putting in a little bit of heavy lifting there. And I think we got this one in the bag. It'd be pretty funny if we just lose the first battle of the campaign. Like, Anakin, I'm too weak. Come on, BORGIO. Yeah, you forget Aranessa has quite good combat stats. All right, victory for us, guys. Big time. We're going to chase them down, and we'll see you guys after the battle. All right, so what are our options? We have a Mercenaries Mercy, so we get leadership and upkeep. We have the higher back, and then we have treasury. Probably just going to take the replenishment here. And it looks like that did the job. All right, so there is a character here. We'll get our Harry Potter to join next turn. And now we need to recruit a little bit. So, okay, we got a banner. Ooh, light scouts. Now, cab units are in general very good to have a couple, but we're going to be besieging, which is going to be fun. We're very poor at the moment. So obviously getting the early wizard did set us back a little bit. But I think we go for the arts promoter, get that early research rate. It's going to be 12 plus the tech we're getting. So yeah, big increase in research, which I think will be a little bit better than just rushing red treat. Lightning strike battles when reinforcements are present, yeah. All right, cool. So we're going to start on that. And the pre-system Mimridia is going to get training. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, we're good for the next turn, unless there's any diplomacy we want to do out of the gates. Astalia will trade with us. Nice. Yeah, let's get a trade agreement going real quick.
Nor are we foes.
Usually the Skaven, Lupio, Sunscryer. Cool, man. I feel like we can confederate them, too. But the Skaven usually wreck them, but I don't know what it'll be like with the mod, so we'll see. All right, guys. See you in the next turn. So we got a mission. Move any character to the following region of Margarita. Okay, so that looks like a voice in your sleep, awkwardly familiar. A hint that you should investigate this region and make light. Okay, so that is something. We definitely want to take down the Sartosans quickly. Their garrison is not that great yet, so I think we need to just... Man, he's probably going to marshal a big army here quick. We can set up a camp as well. I forgot to mention that's a mechanic we can do. It's going to cost a little bit of money, though, so I don't know if we want to do that quite yet. Let's get you in there. We're going to want to get some research, and we do have some unique buildings also. So we do have the art workshops, which is going to be giving us a doodle of, okay, so that gives us tortoise tanks. Got it. And then we also have the channels of Mirigliano, which is income growth and all sorts of goodness and discoverability for unholy infestations. Okay, cool. So military production here. Artillery is until the next tier. We have the Meridian figurine, which will get rid of corruption, which we're not worried about right now. And that gives us the Sisters of Fury as well as the Knights of the Righteous Spear. Anti-large knights, not bad. Medicinal plants, and this is going to be giving us upkeep, but we lose control. Mercenary Haven. So the mercenaries cause like an unruly element. Ah, that's fun. All right, so obviously growth is a priority, so we're going to get growth, and then I think we will just kind of grab, can't really afford much else yet. Yeah, we're kind of poor at the moment. Now, do I go besiege these guys? They have a bloat. I mean, the army is pretty weak sauce, and we have a ton of bonuses for besieging, so I think we do it. So we're going to go besiege and have some fun. All right, so let's go ahead and get some siege towers. Sure, why not? Although, how long is the ram? The ram's only one turn. We can go ahead and besiege them. Yeah, the tower is cute, but we don't need it that much. We'll put the banner on BORGIO so he's a little bit faster. He's a bit of a chunky boy. And we'll just get a battering ram for now. Okay, cool. And elsewhere, I mean, we could build this. Although, you know what? I think I want to get a building going here. So what I can do is I could... how much could I get for this? Salvaging is going to be 500, and then that'll put me at about 1,400. Let me see how much these buildings are that I want to get. 15, 15. Oh, that's actually an income building. Okay, so let's... That speed banner is cute and all, but I think we're just going to sell it out of the gates. Yeah, we're going to salvage that. Great, and then we can go here and actually get a little bit of economy going. Although this one gives us trade. Yeah, we don't really have a whole lot yet, so I think just the raw income building is going to be good. And do we attack right away? We could attrition them down, of course. I don't think I want to waste time. I think we just get in and fight, guys. This army is mostly zombos, and my characters with the Harry Potter here, I think BORGIO is going to lay the heat on pretty quick, so I don't think we wait, actually, now that I think about it. All right, guys, see you in the siege battle. I'm to siege with some Pavises, and I think this area is probably... I don't know if that area is the best to attack. Usually you want to attack where they have the least tower presence, and that's probably going to be... No, they have a couple right here, although that tower sees crossfire. Over here, it's like similar. Yeah, and this side's a little bit closer to the main capture points. Yeah, so I think we're just going to attack from over here. So let's go ahead and get the mortar. The mortar can go be deployed behind the tree line here. We're going to get you and you to gather up. BORGIO and the Meridian Priestess. Harry Potter's going to go cast Awakening of the Woods. Sadly, no healing yet. Mercenaries here, and not mercenaries, but the duelists. Perfect. And then we have 3 crossbow units, which we're going to advance up so we can get them a little bit closer here out of the gates. 3, Harry Potter's there, and 4 and 5. Okay, so now let's go. We're going to go ahead and get our crossbow units back here. The mortar should be able to start blasting them on the walls. It's going to be a little bit ugly. We might want to just brute force this down. So we're going to get BORGIO, Awakening of the Wood right there as well. And yeah, those are good quality towers, actually. They're going to hurt a little bit. So we need to move up, and we need to jam-a-lam and get them off the walls. We might actually just have to do like a proper aggressive siege here and like claim those walls quick. I don't think we can afford to wait too long. So we're going to get our crossbows in the woods to mitigate that firepower. And yeah, we got to just push. I kind of assessed the situation wrong, but you know, that's part of it. Adapt on the go. Anything in the city we want to hit? We do have some guns back here. BORGIO and company are going to get there, and the crossbows, they can shoot out of the woods a little bit, but yeah, it's going to be dodgy. All right, so let's advance. We can do juke a little bit. Those arrows don't do a whole lot of damage. And the Awakening of the Wood, I don't even have Earth Bloom yet, so yeah, it's not going to do a ton of damage. We'll just get you guys here, you know, use that magic for something. There we go, perfect. And the crossbows can now start shooting at any homies over the walls. So let's get up. We can have BORGIO climb the walls, and we're going to have you climb the walls also. So they're going to get up on the walls, and the troopers can go right here, and we'll claim the 2 towers, and then we can move out now that we're about to claim the towers. A little bit of fast forwarding there as they move. Perfect. And once we get up and get the walls with BORGIO and company, we should be cooking. All right, let's get you here. You guys right here. And the crossbows are at the ready, General. Let's get you guys back and get the duelists back in the trees. And now the crossbows can just start unleashing on the gun units, which is what we want to be. We got to take down their shooting so they can't just shoot us off the walls, right? All right, BORGIO is quite literally living up to his name of the Besieger. There's going to be some reinforcements coming out, but we got the duelists on standby to deal with the bats. They should cut them up pretty quick. Let's get you to awaken some wood, and you guys are going to pour in, attack here. You guys are going to pour in and attack right there, and it should be good. All right, so we've taken the tower. No more will we be trolled by the towers. Mortar shots go right there. I don't know where they were moving up to, but I don't think they'll hit the trees here. We can move them here just to be safe. And I thought something was getting shot over there. Hard to say. All right, so you can start boinking on the gatehouse. The duelists are cutting through the fellbats, and those are Pavise crossbows. They have 100 armor, and the other ones have 40, which isn't bad at all. All right, getting shot a little bit. Unfortunately, bomber mobs are also hitting us. We need the mortar to get out of the tree line and start providing a little bit of supporting fire. And it looks like the fellbats have been dealt with mostly. Let's get the duelists in there to finish off the other ones. And you guys can go ahead and form ranks and get back. I don't know what's going on with these crossbows, but they're having some problems. All right, let's do an Awakening of the Wood right there. BORGIO on the walls fighting valiantly against those guys. And great, so the bats, we can do a little bit of fast forwarding while they get done. You need to go join with BORGIO here. Play it safe, because you are eating a lot of firepower from what appears to be those handgun mobs. So let's get all our crossbows to start focus firing. You guys set up and go start boinking on the gatehouse there. And yeah, the mortar can now shoot at those guns as well, those handgunner mobs. Those guys are causing a lot of grief for us. Looks like we do have a character up on the wall too, so let's get you across. BORGIO and company doing their thing, and the gates are now being hit. So crossbows at the ready. Yeah, you can see we're focusing them down. He is reclaiming the walls, and oh, did I get bloated? Oh my god, I forgot they had a bloated corpse. Holy shit. Oh my god, that's so funny. Oh, it doesn't get better than that, guys. You see, that is the spice of life right there. Just getting hit with a fat bloated corpse. I mean, what beats that? Thankfully, they'll still be alive, but god, that's going to make the fight a little bit harder. All right, so let's just posture you guys like so. Looking good. So Borgio and company here going to be cleaving through these. And we are eating a little bit of bomber mob action, so we're going to get down and take them down. The mortar fire still doing good. Dude, I'm so happy that happened. That is just the spice of life. That is why you watch, you know, to see me just get owned by bloated corpses. It doesn't get better. All right. You guys should be auto-shooting. I don't know why I guess they had fire at will off, so now they're going to be unleashing. There they go. Good, Anakin, yes. Get that volley fire going. A little bit of tower support in the back. Borgio and the boys fighting in the walls, and it looks like they are reclaiming it. And the duelist characters and the pikes, I mean, they might come back, but yeah, they should probably just shatter, which is honestly what's going to be the case. Let's get those handgunners. We have another handgunner unit here. Borgio, as well as the Priestess and Memridia, getting through the zombie dickhand mobs up at the walls. And thankfully, the AI didn't reclaim that as well. So let's get the focus fire going. Crossbows zeroed into the guns. Yeah, we got them. Bombers are getting chased back. And we should be winning the fight soon. That is so funny. Dude, he had the bloat camping in the gatehouse. That is so hilarious. All right, Awakening of the Wood. Yes, yes. Get a little AoE damage on those zombie deckhand mobs. And the mortars are firing. Got to let the Harry Potter keep grinding. We're going to keep those pikemen at bay. Borgio's almost knocked these guys off the walls with his Priestess and Memridia. And I wonder if I could, like, shoot into the actual gatehouse. Probably need to bring my Harry Potter back a little bit. I think he's in a bit of a dangerous spot. But yeah, they're almost out of gas. Almost out of gas. A bit of a dodgy, you know, obviously if we were more careful and we paid attention and noticed it. I mean, I was kind of paying attention, but the bloat was really Spec Ops, guys. He was very sneaky. Very, very sneaky there. So we're going to get the Spearmen in here. We're going to Awaken the Wood on them. Borgio and company keep grinding up the walls. We do get bonuses while we're sieging, by the way. We get better leadership, so it could come into play. You know, I know we were making fun of it earlier, but it does matter for sure. All right, so you boys are here. Let's get you guys to go up and capture this special location. And these guys are crumbling, although I think rear breaking them is going to be a little bit more pertinent for the siege battle. Mortar shot into the you guys, and we can switch you guys here onto the handguns. Let's do that. Borgio, he's really living his siege life. Oh, we have the wall fighters, so we get a melee attack buff on walls, and we're mutant flanking. Oh shit, it actually matters. How cool is that? We are wall fighters, okay? And the crossbows are having line of sight issues. You gotta love siege battles. I mean, even though they literally had it pretty perfectly. I could surge in, try and break through these zombies here. They are crumbling. Borgio's eating some handgunner fire. He might want to just come down and fight there. We'll see. So we're trying to move all our crossbows in. Harry Potter got broken, but it's fine. The zombies here should be in critical binding. And yeah, do we want to get up on the walls here, maybe? Wouldn't be a terrible idea. Rather than like trying to go through the gatehouse. The gatehouse is broken, that's right. So they are going to get up on the walls. Okay. So you guys will get here. You guys can go right here. And then you guys can come right here too. All right. So the fighting is on. The zombies in the gatehouse are crumbling. Our Harry Potter should come back in a second, and he can cast more Awakening of the Wood. Borgio and the Memridian Priestess, we can go and take down that vampire down there while the rest of the wall fighters, the militia, continue. Awakening of the Wood right there. Finish off those zombies. Should be able to crumble them. And the crossbows are on the walls. Just about ready. All right, we've taken the gatehouse, I think so. Or not yet, but we can try and get them here. All right, so those guys are going, but Borgio's trying to get off the walls. I'm pretty sure that's like all they have left is that vampire character back there. So we need to get you guys down. Let's focus on that a little bit. And let's do it. All right, so those guys should be there in a second. The besieging is just about done. Couple zombos. Awakening of the Wood one more time should break these guys. They're crumbling. Undead crumbling is very, very slow, as you guys know. We can have the Pavis warriors fight on the walls, help finish him off. And Borgio has a score to settle with that guy. He's on the hunt. He remembers the order. That vampire is the dude who gave the order to send in the bloated corpse and annihilate my cool infantry units. All right, what do we have back here? A couple zombies, but I think once we get you down, it shouldn't matter too much. So that's been taken, and what can we do now? Let's move you guys up. We're gonna have to start advancing and taking ground, so we're gonna get that territory here. The mortar, what else do we have to shoot? Not a whole lot. Zombies in the gatehouse should be crumbled down, and let's get all of you guys coming off the walls. And they can march this way. So Borgio is waddling pretty hard. Look at the heal. Yeah, the Chad Borgio healing. It's really, really clutch in these kind of battles that are very knockdown, drag out. So we're going to send you over there. You guys can come here and boink down this wall. We'll send the Priestess and Memridia to boink down the wall there too. And yeah, we just got to waddle into the city. A nasty siege, but one that it certainly makes for, I think, a fun engagement. All right, Borgio. We're one way or another. We're going to catch you eventually. It's gonna get there. All right, so the boys are in. The mortars can just shoot at some of the random towers, I guess. We can see if we can hit that one. Not that it matters too much. Boys are going to take down the towers, and it looks like there are some zombos over there. Yeah, those are the zombos that we were looking, and he does juke us a little bit there, but BORGIO is clever. He will maneuver around. And the bows, let's get them to start shooting at you guys. Perfect. So you guys knock down this gatehouse here. You guys just hide on the gates as much as you possibly can. And we will keep moving the boys around. All right, so that's going to be taken by us. That will shut their shit down. Line of sight, you got to love it in siege battles. I literally have like a perfect line of sight here. We'll get up on the bridge. That'll do the trick. And BORGIO is just kind of cackling. And yeah, he's just going to go over here and capture that victory point to try and end it a little bit faster. Okay, let's fast forward. Mortars are shooting one of the towers. Are they even connecting? Not really. So we're going to get you right here, and we can just put some hurt down if they can even reach onto these zombies here, which they should be able to, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they should be able to. All right, you guys go. That's going down here. BORGIO just being a raid boss. He's very difficult to slay, as you know. The wizard changeling should head there too, or not changeling, but hireling. Okay, that's being captured. We are about to get these walls down soon. And the crossbows will sit here. Pretty cool. Oh, we get a cinematic shot of the Pavises like lining up to ambush the zombies below. That's very, very fun. All right. Yep. So that's going to be captured by us. And yeah, we can awaken some wood here. Oh, man. Don't want to lose my caster. I thought I was on the high ground there, but I guess not. Should be able to get out of line of sight. Crossbow shoot here. Let's get you guys set up here. And the high ground is going to be taken. BORGIO is going to get that one eventually. It looks like he is. The hireling, let's get him away. Yeah, these guys are crumbling, and I don't know if there's like more zombies around the cities. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Yeah, in the meantime, you guys just head here and capture this. That should be good. All right, so that is down for the count. Let's waddle over here. Did we not get through it? No, we did not get through it. Okay. BORGIO can just like go to the main epicenter of the city too and get that eventually, if need be. We can awaken some wood. It looks like the gun units did get broken. So, there's another vampire character over there. Okay, that explains it. That explains it. I didn't see him. He was a sneaky hobbit. So we're going to go here and grab this. BORGIO will grab that. And then we can go get the major victory point up on the high ground. He's quite literally single-handedly conquering the city. So, yeah, he's got his work cut out for him. All right, so Vampire Man is here. The wizard is nearby. We are eating a lot of tower fire. And let's go get you guys back. Shoot this guy a little bit. Kite you where we can. The Harry Potter can run all the way over here and try and get this. It's a little bit sketchy, but it looks like, oh, he's going to come fight me now. Nice. All right, BORGIO, chase him down. The dreaded draw kite from the vampire character, dude. He's really, really living his power fantasy in this one, isn't he? Okay, so, yeah, that guy's eating it. Once he eats a little bit more arrow fire, it should get us close to army lossing them. It should be. Man, this would have been so much quicker if we didn't just throw our infantry into the bloated corpse. Oh my god, dude. Crouching tiger, hidden bloated corpse in the gatehouse. Oh my god, we got wrecked. It was worth every second of it though, man. It was worth every second. All right, so we got the vampire in melee here. We can kite him back. You know, we want these crossbows to just sit and shoot if they can. Yeah, we're going to get the major victory point eventually. BORGIO still has a lot of healing he can do, by the way. So that was taken. And those towers have been destroyed. Any other areas of the city I want to get, we can get a lesser point. Or you guys can weasel around and come up here and help out. Yeah. Because trying to catch that guy is a pain, dude. We do have the Priestess of Mimridia. We might need that character to take down you, actually. We might. So now you guys, can we get this vampire character? I mean, the Pavise boys are okay fighters, so we could just pile in and fight, I guess. I think that's going to be good. BORGIO's on the hunch, so now let's head up to the high ground here. It looks like they set up freaking walls. Oh my god. He's so slow. You remember the banner of speed that I was like, I'm not going to need that. We need it. that was like the one thing that would have made this quicker is we just like waddle around the city, dude. Oh, Awakening the Wood actually slows, doesn't it? We can't really... Can we get him up here? Let's see. The Harry Potter character is in some danger, but he's about to destroy those towers. We do get the Awakening of the Wood there, so we just need to juke a little bit. 400 HP. No big deal. The Priestess of Mimridia should be able to finish off this character, I think. Let's make sure we don't lose this guy. We destroy the towers, and then he can waddle. Yeah, probably not. I think we just got to be safe, because we're going to break down the towers there. BORGIO didn't hear no bell. He's still going to continue chasing here. And, yeah. Then we get the vampire down. That should trigger army losses. When this man goes down, army losses should kick in. So we got the Priestess of Mimridia with a bunch of homies nearby. BORGIO is just keeping this guy entertained, basically, just chasing him around the city. And, yeah, I mean, we could waddle up there, but I don't have a lot of healing yet, so we got to play it safe. And, geez Louise, that was really fun. Honestly, you know, campaigns are fun when things go smoothly, but they're more fun when things go kind of haggard, and then you have to recover from it. And that bloat made that actually an interesting, fun siege. All right, guys. See you on the campaign map. All right, guys. Sartosa is ours, so certainly decent. Sacking it would be fun, but it's a nice high-level settlement. I'd probably rather keep it afloat. Well, not high-level, but it's got some sauce. So we will do the orchards, or probably the temple to Mimridia is going to be better to get rid of the corruption. There's a ton of vampire corruption here, so we'll do that out of the gates. Looking good. We got some nice abilities. Ooh, we got a power stone too. That's cute. And the province is secured, although do we really need to worry about that? We'll do that probably, and then let's get a growth building. Yeah, we want to get this area growing, so we're going to do growth. Public order is going to be precarious, but we're going to be lurking nearby out of the gates. BORGIO can do some recruitment here. We do have the Paymaster's Wagon, which will probably do we want to get some militia spearmen? Sure, we can get some of those to be efficient with our time. And now we can get the arts promoter. Who would have known BORGIO is such a promoter of the arts? And yeah, that will speed along our research and hopefully be nice. Here in this third province, what do we want to get here? Brezzo, does it have any unique buildings? It doesn't look like it. Control in the province, yeah, I think that's going to be adequate.
What is your behest?
And for our character, we could do Cleanse Corruption. We are going to be fighting a lot of Skaven, but I think the durability will be useful, so that's that. And oh yes, we get some Earthblood. Finally, guys, we're cooking. All right, that was a really fun, disastrous siege, but at least we won, and we'll see you in the next turn. Mission issued, that's fine. Yes, probably a good time to send the Priestess of Mimridia to Magritta. So we're going to send her across the 7 seas. She's going to go and do that quest for us. BORGIO is going to head up, and what do we have here? We have a fair amount of nastiness, so that would be 1, 2, 3, and then this settlement I think is up here. The question is, do we just come bum rush Skaven Blight and take them out of the game? Not a bad idea. So we're going to get BORGIO back. We need to probably stay nearby for public order purposes because it's really, really bad. And yeah, we'll just recruit an army. He needs to lick his wounds a little bit, but we do have the Paymaster's Wagons. Okay. So yeah, and then we can, that's like a ton of money though. And then we can also get like a global recruitment of 1 horseman unit just to like run things down, which I think is going to be fine. From here, we need to decide. Yeah, Balagar, we're going to be doing all sorts of bashing of the Skaven together, hopefully. So that character is going to go complete that quest. And who are these guys? These are just some ogres. Yeah. It's interesting, man. Southern Realms, you can do a lot. And I haven't messed around with the camp yet. But that is something that we can explore a little bit later on, too. Okay, so it looks like we've got a horse for our Priestess of Mimridia, who in the meantime, we can go ahead and just get the Wild-Eyed. She is going to get here. And that should complete the next, or get us going. Yeah, these part of the Southern Realms always get wrecked. Yeah, look at that. Oh, Lucretia.
In the lady's name, I welcome you.
Okay, so it's the other lord. So occupy, loot, or sack or raise a settlement belonging to the Tomb Kings. Okay, that's going to be precarious. We'll send an army down there eventually, but for now you can head back. BORGIO doing his recruiting. He got his Paymaster Wagons. And do we want to secure these? I think Skaven Blight needs to go. And then we can try and confederate the rest of the Southern Realms eventually, I think. If we could just keep them from dying, I mean, obviously that would be great, right? So let's get you. We're going to march Big Dog up here. Or do we just stay and finish that global recruit? I think we do that. The crossbow. Elsewhere, yeah, let's do this. And we can get another crossbow. I think I want to get this army, like, strong before we really start to party. Looking fine, looking fine. And any diplomacy that we want to initiate.
Darkness.
The Strigoi Empire. Oh, great. Yeah, let's be friends with them. And then it looks like, oh, this is the other Telean faction.
Is this what you truly want?
Yeah, it's the Black Prince.
My
yeah.
gift.
Well, not Telean, but he's Southern Realms. So, all right. So we'll take a little bit of a trade with the homie. And now we have enough to upgrade this. Great. All right, guys. Next turn. Plutocracy calls. Eventually, we'll get some of the buildings for these school characters and the companies of renown too. Oh, look at that. We can actually get one. We can get the Estragon's Pariahs. They are a pistol unit that appears to have demonic instability. Oh, God. Okay, Mark of Tzeentch. Okay. A little bit of Tzeentch influence. Always a good time. Okay, so Sartosa is in rebellion state, but the corruption is going down slowly but surely. We probably should have done the shrine to get rid of the corruption quicker. We are stable here, but is it because, yeah, it's the military presence that's keeping that stable. We do have the orchards, which is nice, but we're still not quite ready to leave the region yet. We could go, but we need to stay like nearby. So let's go ahead and get that. And BORGIO is ready to besiege some stuff. So do we just come to Skaven Blight and like really lean into it? If we take out Skaven Blight, we could probably sack it and get a ton of money. And then, or we could take it and then gift it to one of our Southern Realms allies for like a military alliance out of the gates. I think I like that play. Granted, Skaven Blight is an absolute raid boss of a garrison, so that's not going to be easy. The other option is we go this way. Who is this? This is, oh, the Black Prince. Okay, so we're friends with him, so that's kind of... We could go take... These ogres have 3 territories. So I think we go to war with the ogres here. So where's the border of our territory? Yeah, so we can recruit, I think, 1 more unit here, although can we reach this? We cannot reach it yet. Okay, so we're going to go to war with those ogres, and then we'll give that territory to the Black Prince, and, you know, he's part of the Southern Realms. He's a homie, so we will... we'll work with him, and that keeps us near these territories also. Now, we have growth. Let's go for the control and public order here, too. I think that's going to be a little bit better. Try and stabilize this region, and yeah, I think this is good. We get this, we sell it to our Black Prince homie, and we help him finish that war, and we go from there. All right, so we have an event, trade must flow. So this gives us diplomatic relations with all factions, treasury, local lord recruit rank. That's not bad for getting a quick second lord. Ooh, because then we can get a cheapo lord and he's going to be like higher rank. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to delegate. We're going to get the priestess and Mim ready to come back over here. And then we're going to recruit a chaff lord. So we can get a merchant prince, which I don't know what they do, but it looks like they have some buffs. Or a mercenary general. I'm going to get a disciplined Fabio Ganza. That's a cool name. Noble is upkeep recruitment, melee attack, and disciplined. Let's actually go for the noble, Lucan Colombo. Okay. So homie's here. He's higher level, so root marcher. We have a couple options. Commander of Fortune is going to be upkeep, but vigor. Okay, they're more expensive. Noble commander. Yeah, I'm not sure which route I want to go with that on that. It looks like it helps our more elite units or heavy cavalry and aristocratic units. Blue tree is always wise to just kind of invest in, or we can go down this tree and just buff like low tier units, but rushing like quartermaster and those type of things is good. And we can do, yeah, he does have fervent for the corruption. Not bad considering what we're fighting. So do we just go down blue tree first? I think so. We're just going to go down blue tree. So let's go ahead and get fervent here. Homie's going to be ready to cleanse some of that corruption. And then we can go ahead and start recruiting. So we're going to get his chaff units, get him an army. And the priestess and Memridia can join him. Now remember, this guy, I can buy him a frickin'... let's combine these items, see if we can get anything good. No, we can't fuse them right. They're different categories. Any ancillaries? Yeah, they're both with the mage there, which is better. So we're going to go to you, Harry Potter, and give you the Power Stone. And yeah, this item, I guess we can just hold on to and use that. We'll put it on you for now, but later we can use that to like craft something better. All right. So who's fighting him? So we can offer to join the war against to get some money from Count Chocula here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and join the war against the Blood Maw.
We must negotiate.
He's really getting in there, dude. He's hyped. All right, so we're going to fight you. Really, they ended like that carries no weight. You're just like... I thought I could squeeze a little bit of money out of him for that, but it's not even worth it. I mean, I guess it will have a diplomatic bonus, right?
Salutations.
So we are going to
have an issue, don't we?
That guy's very cool.
Perhaps I can resolve it for a cost we can both agree on.
Oh, Blood Maw. Yeah. And I guess we just do it. Okay, so that's going to help us in terms of politics. That should be an easy auto-resolve for us. Yes, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to sack it. And then we'll come back and get it later on. Yeah, obviously. Loot and occupy, yes. Let's go ahead and occupy that. So we don't care about that. We're just going to chill in the city. Borgio leveled up. Big Dog is the arts promoter now. Man, he's got a lot of blue. Enemy leadership. Oh, but Lord upkeep. Wow, 60%. Jeez Louise. Okay. Local recruitment, that's kind of cool. Death by mercenaries. So local recruitment capacity. That's actually really good for mustering an army quickly. Man. And Machiavellian Prince. So that gives control, local province. Man, what a fun tech tree. There's so much. If you really want to dive into the nitty gritty of that, pretty cool. We're going to go ahead and get scouting. And homie's going to go ahead and get a couple spearmen just to get a full stack here. And now that we have a little bit more money, we can go ahead and do crossbows. Yeah, we'll spend that money. Get some decent units on our supporting army. He could be like the warden of this area, and we can eventually go with him with Borgio to take down Skaven Blight. We'll see how it goes. Ideally, though, we confederate some of those trash goblins and see how that goes. Okay, so faction destroyed the Strigos Empire. Sartosa is still sketchy, but we have an army nearby at least. Let's go ahead and get some pikemen for that army. And then, ooh, this is going to be a good city to sack probably. Let's see, we get 2,000 for that? Yeah.
Now, by the comet.
All right, so we're going to go over here. Get a little bit cooking, yeah. And we do see the Black Prince there. Looks like he's thinking about besieging that city already. He's got some decent quality armies. Yeah, he's got his camp here. Of course, I can do the camp mechanic. We don't have enough. And the army has insufficient meat. By meat, it means money. Yeah, it's obviously just like a modded thing. So, let's give you Argolis. And it's not enough to get a military alliance, but it's certainly a step in the right direction. So yes, or do we just use this to get as much money as we can? So let's squeeze a little bit of dough out. Yeah, I think that's fine. And then can we squeeze anything else out of this? Maybe lower that down a little bit and see if we can get a non-aggression as well. Yeah, that's probably fine. So we're going to do that. Merry Christmas. I mean, I could just conquer this guy, but I think it's fun to play a little bit of fun politics as well. Okay, so this army's building. Yes, Borgio being called in to do some cool besieging. We do have a company of renown, the Estragon's Pariahs, but I think we use these like RORs and just save them for dire circumstances. Maximum capacity for these in an army, crossbowmen and pikemen, the classic build. All right, guys, we'll see if we need to help the vampires next turn on this. Well, they're not, I mean, they're Southern Realm. They're just led by a shady Strigoi prince, you know. We don't ask questions. All right, so as we expected, this Skaven actually had marched to war. You know, with this, not to be Machiavellian about it, although it does make a little bit of sense. If Skaven Blight can take down these territories, I can sweep in and take them all, like, quicker, probably. Let's go ahead and get that leveled up, and that's going to give us, what, half pikes? And it looks like this territory... Yeah, there's a caravan there, so Borgio's going to go... Oh, he took that. Okay, I was like, for a second, I was like, did he? And he's got to love us right now. Yeah, friendly. He doesn't like the trespassing, but it's fine. He'll forgive that. Okay, Home Dog, good job. Solid, you know, Southern Realms teamwork. Now we're going to head to Skaven Blight and prepare our siege with our two armies. So we're going to take a colossal force to Skaven Blight. Can we afford to leave this? Yeah, she cleanses corruption. So let's just park her here for now. I should have made her more of a campaign agent. This realm is trying to stabilize. And you, homie, can start marching north as well. So we're going to head to Skaven Blight. Yeah. I could wait a little bit longer, but man, I don't like sitting around in campaign at frickin' all. Yeah, I don't know if we can afford to take both armies. We'll maybe turn this one around, but yeah. Any politics? Yes, nothing good there. All right, guys, we're going to take our Paymasters wagons, which are kind of tanking our economy, but they're too cool not to get, and we are going to move up and attack the old Skaven. So now we are going to march to Skaven Blights with Borgio. I think Borgio can probably solo it with a 20 stack. This army, Sartosa's on the brink of rebellion, so are they. I mean, do I have time? Sartosa, I don't think there's any way to really stabilize it. I think we just go for, we cut the growth building and go for public order here, and that should actually stabilize that region. She's helping with corruption, which is nice. And it's a long time before this goes. That one, we can get the public order building, which gives what? I think it's +3 over here. Yeah, on the orchards. Okay, so I think we can get that and stabilize. So we're going to take both armies to Skaven Blight and go from there. You can see the foul Skaven corruption. But the Skaven are slowly steamrolling, but we'll get to borrow. Oh, okay. That is a lot of Skaven over there, guys. This is going to be an ugly siege, but Borgio will do it quick. Damn, one turn before the building gets upgraded as well. So we're going to hang there, and we will see you guys in the next turn. Right, guys, the next turn is upon us. Sartosa, we can go ahead and get the control. That will stabilize Sartosa. Our main province is fine. Looks like Homeboy's being besieged by something, but he's really starting to like us. You know, I'm starting to think playing diplomacy might be the way going forward. You know, like we just get the Lucretian stuff for diplomacy with all factions. This is good to get, obviously, for the research combo. But, like, aside from that, yeah, we can get the tactical stuff. We'll get Tilean supremacy eventually, but I'm thinking about doing the Lucretian diplomacy next if I want to try and rush Confederation. Man, this campaign is so cool. There's so many options. The modded campaigns, Southern Realms, all the ones we played, so freaking good. But this is probably a good spot to call it for now, because I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and move up. We could set up a camp here as well, which is going to cost 1,000. So I should have enough to do that soon. Well, probably not, actually. I would like to set up a camp and kind of explore that mechanic, but I guess we got to just go prep the siege on the Skaven. Yeah, so we're going to move there. We're going to get you a little bit closer as well. And we're going to attack the Skaven at the beginning of the next episode. Should be hyped. Been a really fun one so far, man. I hope you enjoyed the bloated action. We'll get really deep into the plutocracy and like all this, like the strategy stuff. Can we actually enact any of them? We can. Yeah, some of these we can. Some of them require iron, which hopefully we'll be able to get from trade. But yeah, man, so much to look through. Lord recruit rank. Yeah. Really, really neat, man. Really, really neat. All right, guys. If you enjoyed this campaign, please do drop a like. It helps out quite a bit. We'll see you on the other side. Take care of yourselves. And the Southern Realms will rise once again by the hands of BORGIO.